All right, Rick, Celtics with control. Silas gave it off, and JoJo White hits the first shot of this game. This game right off the top. Game 4, NBA championship. Here's Cowens, just what Rick Barry predicted. Going inside on Alvin Adams, trying to make him work. He hit the field goal, and he drew the first foul.
But the Dave would have spun back the opposite way. He had a lot more room there.
If you missed Sunday's game, Cowens, who was hustling back for the steal, fouled out. And that's what's in the NBA. Westfall comes around behind and knocks it away. Now Paul is back there working with Garfield Hurd. So it's back. Westfall on the drive comes right through, and there is a foul as Westfall was driving to the basket.
Kaburski hit him first. It was a good call.
And the foul went to Kaburski, his first, and Paul Westfall has put the Pheonix Suns on the scoreboard. Cowens and 2 for White. And a little high and off of Cowens' left hand. Bad pass from JoJo.
There were plays like that that plagued the Celtics in the last basketball game. They made
swinging right wing inside. Cowens making Adams work, rolling the hook shot, and we had another foul.
On their own home court, they are shooting 0%.
You can just tell that the Celtics want this one in the worst way. Alvin Adams back now to Paul Westfall, left side. It's 7-4. Listen to the crowd here in Phoenix. You can't hear yourself think. 7:54. Silas, right side. They give him the shot. He is not a good shooter. And there's a loose ball foul. It's on David Cowens. Hudson is going crazy over there. We've got a timeout called, and Tommy Hudson was pushed away by John Killaway. He's all over the officials. He can't believe the loose ball foul call against Dave Cowens, and his circle is just called a technical. So the Boston Celtics, with Coach Tommy Hudson doing the arguing, have just picked up a technical foul.
Reminds me of a pressure cooker whose safety valve is stuck and ready to explode at any time.
8 seconds, and Adams can tie it. Here's JoJo White getting inside with the pass. They have turned it over again.
That was a great defensive series by the Phoenix Suns. They did not allow the Celtics to do anything.
Sobers at the line. Suns lead. Adams to Westfall began his move to the basket, and he was blocked as he started his assault on the hoop. And again, Hudson is upset. You can expect John to be playing some guard before the game is over. It is 11-7. The Suns build a 4-point lead. They've reeled off 9 straight points. Scott on the go to Silas, who broke the late and beat his man.
That is a classic backdoor play.
That time it was Havlicek. Sobers begins his move, cut off by Scott. Pull-off jumper.
Well, he made that shot, but you notice he has difficulty dribbling the ball with his left hand. He almost lost control of that ball.
Game 4 NBA championship. Scott's pass was picked off that time. Hurd with the ball on the floor. Dar Hurd with the jump shot. It's 15-9. It's 5:37. 2. Kevin Stakem and White are the guards. White was shooting the shot and drew the foul.
Could be because of the early foul trouble, and they don't want to gamble possibly with backcourt fouls and are laying off just a little bit more than they anticipated.
Successfully for the Suns. And uses the glass for his 8th and 9th points. It's 17-11. This NBA championship game on CBS. Havlicek was driving to the hoop that time. Through the personnel.
Strategy there, Brent, being that if you can get inside a team's gut, as they say, that means
Clouds backcourt. Adams far out from the basket on the double team. It was Paul Silas who fouled Paul Westfall. His second.
Cowens. Everybody, as far as the Phoenix Suns are concerned, are really looking for Keith Erickson to break out of his horrendous shooting slump that he's been in. He was
Wilson was yelling, and that time they got the foul. Havlicek hits his free throws. It's 19-14. 4:40 to go. Westfall. Cowens staying right with him. The jump shot. And how about that? He has drawn another foul from David Cowens.
That's a try.
And Jimmy Ard, Rick, has come off of Tommy Hudson's bench. Cowens has picked up 2 fouls guarding the rookie. 4:24 to go in the first quarter.
Not very good movement by the Celtics.
Cowens, inside move on Adams, put it down, and again drew the personal foul. He will come to the line in an attempt to put down his second 3-point play.
There with his hands up.
Looked like a phantom foul to me. He's allowed that vertical position, Rick, and I didn't see any contact at all on the play.
Cowens to snap it down. Hondo. 22-19. Adams is left alone. Gar Hurd at the offensive board. Missed and there was contact. Steve Kaburski very unhappy. Paul Silas, of course, over on the bench, and now Jimmy Ard is checked in and Dave Cowens will be out. So the Celtics will have Stakem, Kaburski, White, Ard, and Havlicek. Switched out. Sticks with him. Havlicek drives in. And a foul is called as they battle for the ball. John Havlicek.
Just a loose ball foul. They'll have one more attempt only.
JoJo White. The Celtics pull to within 2 field goals.
That's what you call doing it on individual effort right there.
That time it was in the backcourt.
Fans here and how vociferous they are. Let's not forget the folks back in Boston.
Don't forget about them. 2:39, it's 27-21. Suns ahead, and there was contact away from the ball.
That, as they say, is a no-no.
Jimmy Ard.
Once again, Jim Ard giving the Boston Celtics a big lift. Cowens in foul trouble.
Charlie Scott was moving in on Dick Van Arsdale, and he fouled him. 29-24. Yes, in 70, it's the Belmont, as Scott began an assault on the hoop and put it down. Point Pheonix lead. Off the Garfield Hurd, and again we've got a foul.
Throw line. Make it 10.
Evan Pheonix, game 4 of the NBA championship. Again, it was Scott who penetrated. Second chance back to Jimmy Ard, who put it down. Scott was driving on Van Arsdale. Three out away from the basket. Hurd turn around left baseline, and it goes down 33-30. Kaburski and 5 inside now, and Kaburski traveled with 4 seconds. Steve Kaburski travels. The Boston Celtics turn it over. Then a shot. Here it goes to Erickson. Keith throws it up. At the buzzer, Keith Erickson, who has not been shooting well.
Well, Brady did it against us and he killed us. There's the shot. Watch it go. Fortunate that the Celtics didn't score that time.
Both starting centers are on the bench. Kevin Stakem fouled Keith Erickson. That is the 3rd foul against Stakem. Marvelous athletes in the NBA. Probably would have been a great soccer player. We'll have Soccer Sunday on CBS. Inside pass to Hondo Havlicek and put it down, and there were a lot of people yelling that's a 3-second violation.
Would not have occurred.
Nate Hawthorne in for Pheonix. Havlicek with an offensive rebound puts it back down. It's 37-34. 10:04 to go in the second quarter. Westfall gives it up to Charlie Scott.
Anticipated well, went in and took the ball away.
Within 1. 9:54 to go in the first half. Basketball right now. Here's Van Arsdale getting inside, using the glass. Scott gives it off to White. Shot clock inside 10. Charlie Scott hits outside. Off to White. Shot clock inside 10. Charlie Scott hits outside. Patient Pheonix attack. Takes the shot clock down before Westfall puts it in. 7 minutes and 50 seconds to go. Westfall again outside.
Paul Westfall with the hot hand again here in the second quarter. He was the man that gave the Phoenix Suns life early in the ball game.
2. Now 3-on-3, and there's Cowens. Westfall's turnaround missed, and as they went back up for the rebound, loose ball foul.
Nate Hawthorne picked up that foul, and he has a tendency to do that. He's an incredible leaper. And the technical foul was called against John McLeod as JoJo White goes to the free throw line, converts the opportunity.
That reminds me of the time we used to play in exhibition games that was so small that when the tide went out, it never wanted to come back.
Center, Silas and Glenn McDonald are working at forwards. McDonald giving away a couple of inches, mistake for Alvin Adams with an outside touch. He had 33 on Sunday. Clock becomes a factor. Scott will hurry, and he does. It was Cowens at the offensive board who tapped it down. 45-43. Excuse me. Westfall comes to the left baseline. White came up on him. No foul. Perry was dueling, and McDonald picked him off. Basketball in the Washington, D.C. area. A lot of fine basketball players out of there. Havlicek of Los Angeles. JoJo White to the free throw line. Paul Silas going back up so Collins and Silas control the offensive boards ever so closely. Fresh respect for the Rookie of the Year. And it was Glenn McDonald on the steal. He gets past Lumpkin, brings it down and gives it up to White. Scott, the trailing man on that penetration. He is coming inside, and they are drawing fouls as they come down that lane. Going to take a look at one of the top players coming out of the college ranks this year at halftime here on CBS. Stake right here. Inside of 5 minutes to go in the first half. Pressure by the Celtics. So John Havlicek still doesn't give it up. And finally White stepped back on Adams. So Lumpkin was dominating. One-on-one, and Havlicek comes right back. And Charlie Scott at the offensive board, and Alvin Adams takes it away. Hudson can't believe. Don McLeod is up. Paul Westphal. It's tied at 49. Inside to White. Celtics definitely trying to penetrate every time they get their hands on the ball. Gives it to Garfield Hurd. At a high arching jump shot goes down. Traveling call. They're on their feet and screaming at Murphy. Collins with a jump shot. Celtics lead it by 2. Signaling for Scott to pressure Lumpkin. Lumpkin on the dribble gives it up to JoJo White. He's definitely dribbling too much. He's got to pass it to someone.
Exactly, Brent.
Here is Charlie Scott from the left corner, and Scott has given the Celtics a 4-point lead.
By the pressure of the Boston Celtics.
And Arsdale and White, and the Suns turn it over immediately with 2 minutes and 50 seconds to go, and JoJo...
Looks like he gave a little bump there. He bodies Alvin Adams right there. He's still not called for the foul. Now he's called for the foul, jumping over the back, going for it. He fouled him at least 3 times that time.
5 to go in the first half. Adams with Scott had switched off on him, and Alvin went right over the top, and Jim Acom will come back in with odds. Celtics have gotten just a little bit rattled here. Unusual. They were ahead. After the 2-minute warning, Garfield Hurd got the bounce pass. And here come the 2 substitutes.
That's Paul Silas, Brent, picking up his 3rd personal foul, and that could be a big key because he does such a super job for the Celtics.
Into the game, he ran into Collins, and Collins didn't see him. And Collins automatically just pushed him away with his own teammate.
Now the Celtics will have to control those 2 without Collins. He goes down, and the Phoenix Suns have gone ahead of 1:30 to go in the first half, and Westphal will come back in. Lumpkin checking right and left, gives it up to Van Arsdale. And Kevin Stakem was over there pushing on Van Arsdale.
Oh, did you?
Well, I don't think that's the way defense was meant to be played.
The pace has been furious here in Phoenix. The first half has come to an end, with the Phoenix Suns leading the Boston Celtics 60 to 57.
Affects his offensive play too. He tries to overcompensate.
Westphal taking the pass, driving to the basket, turnover. Sobers comes right back up with it. But a fine defensive play. Collins to Havlicek. Oh man! And Collins right there with the offensive tap in, and here comes the full court pressure. Now they back off. They're going to within 1. Scott was cut off by Sobers, gave it up to Hondo, and here's Paul Silas. They'll give him that shot as they have. Collins with a miss, and there is Silas' strength. Collins out on Adams. Here is Ricky Sobers. And inside Scott. Back to Adams on the drive that time. Put it down, and Heinsohn is furious. He's gone back to the far end of the Celtic bench.
He was on the move, Rick. Absolutely right.
4 fouls on Paul Silas. It's within 2 field goals. Here's Kaburski from the left baseline. Now they're within 1. Collins pressuring the ball, and Alvin Adams. Collins came up against the double team and put the Celtics ahead by a point. Sobers was there along with Alvin Adams. Garfield Hurd. Sobers cuts off him and gets to the basket on the easy layup.
That is very unusual. Very poor weak side help that time. Do so well.
White misses and Hurd rebounds. With the Suns leading 72-71, Paul Westphal has control. Curtis Perry wants it inside, puts it away. It's 74-71. 2 pretty offensive plays in a row by the Suns. Had a lot of major teams down here. Arizona State, a great college team. JoJo White picked up a foul on Ricky Sobers in the backcourt. Sobers uses the penalty well, and it's 76-71. It's
going to make it through the game, Brent.
The It's 7-5 that you're right. Havlicek gives it up now. Here comes the rookie. Sobers. John fell down. Let's see if he's all right. Hondo is back up. 78-71. He's got the ball. He's okay. He went the sixth man here in Pheonix. Off of Kaburski's hands. Perry came out for it. And both the referees are looking at each other. And finally they'll come the other way with Pheonix. Background. No, whistle. They didn't hear the whistle.
Exactly.
I don't believe it counted.
No, Manny Sokol blew the whistle. The crowd was so loud that nobody could hear the whistle. He called a foul on John Havlicek, grabbing Ricky Sobers when he was cutting through to the basket. Sobers will go to the free throw line.
Timeout is called, which is what Tommy Heinsohn told John Havlicek. I don't have to tell you who's ahead down there in Pheonix. You can just listen to the crowd. It's 80-71. The Suns have built a 9-point advantage.
Bringing Erickson in for Perry.
White gives it back to Silas on the roll off of that pick. Collins was there, won't go back down. Hurt gives it up, and here's Sobers, who's had a hot hand recently. Erickson.
That's what he did so well in the last two series. Pop open that easy opportunity, 18-footer.
An 11-point lead. Sobers knocked away, but Collins was there, and no basket.
To achieve perfection. The whole thing, as far as the secret of it is concerned, is to try to minimize your mistakes and learn by those that you make.
And out come the Celtics. They can pull to within 8, but they've turned it over on a sloppy pass. And Scott's hurt. He hit the microphone over there.
He hit the cameraman first. He hit the cameraman's camera, and he hit it on his knee.
Collins yelling defensive instructions. Autry gets back. Collins gets inside position and takes it down. 2-on-1, and Scott looked very good breaking that time. Knee not bothering him. 82-74, 1:56 to go in the third. Arsdale cuts to the leg, gets inside on the penetration.
And that's another foul. This time it's going to be on Charlie Scott again. That's going to
forget Game 5 in the Boston Garden, 9 p.m. Eastern Time on CBS. Left baseline, Heinsohn screaming over on the Celtic bench. Van Arsdale pump shot. 10 points again. Pheonix ahead of Boston, and Van Arsdale blocked JoJo White, and Van Arsdale says, I had my position.
Contact. You've got to watch whether he's retreating or whether he is stationary.
Celtics trailing the Suns by 8 points, and from the perimeter, White misses. Celtics battle to save it, and they do. 2 players out of bounds, Silas and JoJo. Ball back to Stakem. Van Arsdale now joins the attack. Collins puts it down. Losing the clock finally. Westfall drove into Dave Collins. Collins jumped in on him, and let's see who that personal is on.
That is on Dave Collins, right, and that
foul.
is a big foul. He's an excellent free throw shooter.
Makes this one, it is 87-80. Pheonix in the last 5 seconds of the third quarter. Stakem driving to the basket. It wouldn't go down. Havlicek tries to put it back up. Buzzer goes off, and the Celtics cannot score. Game 3 here Sunday. It's been that tough. White got inside, hit the basket, and drew the foul.
Playoffs.
Sobers will be playing with 5 personal fouls.
He won't be playing long, Brent. They're bringing in Phil Lumpkin.
3-point play for White makes it 87-83. Gar Hurd and Alvin Adams. Turnaround by Hurd.
Nice soft cut shot by Gar Hurd.
Silas on a drive to the basket, tossed it up, drew the foul. John, of course, formerly the coach at Oklahoma.
One statistic that's very important for the Phoenix Suns, they were able to stay even with the Celtics on the boards, 23 each in the first half.
Stakem. Silas again at the offensive glass. Through the foul. He'll come at 3.
The only other player I've ever seen who was as proficient at offensive rebounding and did not have great jumping ability was Bailey.
Boston would dearly love to go back to the Garden leading 3 games to 1. Adams to Van Arsdale, who cut off his man beautifully, and that's why Alvin Adams was the Rookie of the Year. Pulled to within 2 points. Hard was driving to the basket that time, and the crowd thought he should have been called for an offensive foul.
Where you have a lot better opportunity to capitalize on defensive errors.
Celtics Lob pass to Alvin Adams, who puts it away inside. Ball movement by the Celtics as they try to get an inside shot, and they do. The Pheonix bench, he has 5. Those are the only 2 regulars with 5. Adams, 2 quick field goals by the Rookie of the Year, and here he comes again in the 4th quarter. On the bench over there for the Celtics, he has 5 fouls also.
That was Paul Westphal.
You can see why, watching JoJo put his free throws down. 95-93, 8:04. Shot clock goes down towards 5 seconds. Westphal has it blocked by Jimmy Ard, who came across. Adams goes around on Ard and hits the iron. Perry deflected it over to Westphal.
That's a big break for the Pheonix Suns. A tough shot by Adams didn't go, and they were lucky to get the ball back.
JoJo. And it's a 2-point Pheonix lead. 3 fouls on Ard. Adams drives. Was going to pass it. Kept the ball in his right hand from middle and just banked it in. It's 99-95. Ard against Adams and Curtis Perry.
That is a terrible shot to be taking at this stage. That is not Jim Ard's play.
Alvin Adams brings it home. Just by Perry. Over to Scott. And the pass is turned over as it goes out of bounds. Havlicek helping Collins out with Adams as Perry comes up with the turnaround and JoJo White with rebounding position. Celtics trailing by those 6 points and White pressuring, and Keith Erickson came from behind, got a hand on the ball and forced the turnover.
Great pursuit by Keith Erickson that time.
Comes far away from the basket, shot clock down toward 5, inside of 5, pass gets away from Perry, and it has gone off. Would you believe that play? I thought for sure it was going over to the Boston Celtics that time. The inbounds pass to Adams, and it is Westphal, 103-95. Towns wanted to give it right back to Charlie Scott, and it goes off the Celtics and back to the Suns. 395. Erickson. Off the iron, Havlicek comes out, and the Celtics got a 3-on-2 developing. Scott over on the right takes the pass, gives it up to JoJo, and it was Ricky Sobers who jumped over on the defense. 4 minutes and 43 seconds to play. Suns battling to tie. Havlicek puts it down. 103-97. It is a 6-point Suns lead. Havlicek uses the Silas screen but misses, and Garfield Hurd did not give the Celtics a second chance. Collins jumps out on Westphal on the switch. Sobers down in the corner.
Charlie Scott going to foul his 4th consecutive playoff game in the finals, setting all sorts of records for that particular statistic. Not exactly one that you would like to see happen if you are a Boston Celtics fan, especially Tommy Heinsohn.
Don Nelson from the left corner put it down. It's 103-99. It is a 4-point Pheonix lead. It's in 55 seconds left in this game. Sobers gives it back to Perry, who drives underneath and puts down a great big basket for them. Don Nelson throws it up on the move, and Paul Silas had inside position on Adams. They're on defense. Sobers trying to get inside, gives it back to Alvin Adams with only 4 seconds left on that shot clock. And the 3-second violation, an important turnover. Of 2 minutes here in Pheonix. Dave Towns rolls the hook shot, and the Celtics trail by a field goal. Indeed, it is Keith Erickson getting up. Curtis Perry holding it against Nelson. 138. Suns lead it. Sobers on the penetration, throws it in. To shoot it outside. He's inside. JoJo White, and it's 2 points again. Suns with the ball. The pressure cooker heats up. There's some good defense. Shot clock goes down toward 5 seconds. Garfield Hurd got inside, and he tapped it back in after missing it. Tommy Heinsohn wants a timeout. 58 seconds. The Celtics are trailing it by 4 points. And then get it back. Collins again rolling inside. They trail it by 2. 50 seconds left in this basketball game. Garfield Hurd with Kaburski on him. Keith Erickson out away from the basket. Won't go. Alvin Adams. Here come the Celtics with a chance to tie. Havlicek now gives it over to JoJo White. White pumps one up. Won't go. There it is. The Pheonix Suns have given us a 6th game.